So yeah, we're a Calgary legal land surveying firm operating in Calgary and surrounding area. We just recently opened an office in Canmore as well, so we can service the Bow Valley area as well. We're a full-service land surveying firm specializing in residential, commercial, and industrial construction. So as a small business owner, one of the biggest struggles is just time. You wear so many different hats, and often accounting is not an interest of mine, so it tends to always be put on the back burner. But coming to the realization that it is just critical in order to operate, you have to have a really clear understanding. And so Aitken Henderson has certainly helped me, enlighten me in terms of where we're at. Better every day. So it's just taking what we learned from the day before or from projects in the past and just applying them to become better.
I think working with Aitken Henderson and specifically with Scott has been a huge help to the company, helping us see where we're deficient and then especially helping us implement a process to get to where we need to be.
I think that since Aitken Henderson has come on, we're definitely a little bit more organized. Things are flowing a little bit more smoothly.
I think that the focus that Aitken Henderson puts on the small business and trying to help and find solutions and help the businesses to grow and thrive in this market.
As opposed to just filling out your tax returns,
Yes,
which we also do.
That's right.
Yeah.
So some of the larger firms we have worked with have basically run the numbers, done the numbers, and here you go. We're certainly, I think with Aitken Henderson, where it sets them apart is being a small business themselves. They get it, they understand the troubles and some of the adversity that you face, and they're committed to working with you, helping you find solutions and just moving everything forward. So we've actually tried 2 other software programs ahead of the one that we finally settled on.
You can tell them it's Buildertrend, right?
Yes, so we settled on Buildertrend. I think that the other 2 softwares that we tried, it was the limitation of the software, but I think a factor of it was just the limitation of the leadership and knowing what we needed the software to do. So it may not have been that the software wasn't a good fit, but at the time, myself and the other leaders within the company didn't really know what to zero in on and what to focus and what we needed from that software. So working with Aitken Henderson has allowed us to really focus in on what we need and what the end result was, and then we reversed engineered to select a software that could get us there.
Yeah, we tried a few different softwares before Buildertrend and sort of had our own little custom one which was full of holes. You guys have helped us find Buildertrend, and then, as like I said, helped us, I guess, develop a plan to move to Buildertrend was the biggest thing. Managing a project from start to end and sort of seeing all the steps into it is what Buildertrend helped us do. It's also sort of the first step in us getting away from having a hard copy file and having everything online. So as soon as the project is started, everybody knows what they have to do. Everybody knows what the next step is and what's been done on it because of the tracking, having everything in a digital space, I guess.
You can track pretty much everything that's going on per job, per file, all of that kind of thing. So it's pretty easy to break it down now.
Right. And so in terms of billing, from the time you finish a project to when you issue a bill, how long does that usually take now?
A day or 2.
A day or 2?
Yeah.
Wow, that's much better than industry average, I think. So.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick turnaround. If I have any questions when it comes to our invoicing or accounting side of things, there's always somebody to give a call to and have a question answered really quick, so that's been great.
You guys are always super quick to respond to emails or any questions we have.
It's not just your typical accounting firm. Like you said, it's not just, oh, we file your taxes, we do your books. They take a vested interest and they care. So Aitken Henderson is really trying to help the company succeed. Yeah, so it's definitely much more efficient process. So taking advantage of the different software integrations, the reporting, the accounting integrations, and making it all digital. We're nearly paperless now, so that's huge in coordinating the effort. So it feels like we all have the process. We know who's in charge, who's doing what, and it's putting those key people in place has really allowed us to focus and zero in on some of those issues and problems.
So our systems were pretty basic before you guys came on board. We used your average invoicing software, QuickBooks, and then we had kind of our own program set up for our file management, which wasn't overly efficient. We've since switched to a separate program that kind of combines everything all into one, and it seems to be running a lot more efficiently.
As a small business, you don't want to turn work away. So you're always almost become a bit of a yes man, if you will, where can you do this project? Yes, we can. Can you do that project? Yes, we can. But coming up with the job costing has allowed us to focus and really decide and make an educated decision whether or not it's an area that we want to do business. So it's allowed us to focus in on some of the more profitable areas of the survey industry, as well as just to see land surveying right now is a very competitive market. The margins are very small, and so we got to make sure that if we're honoring contracts and if we're going after bids that they are profitable and that we're not losing money before we head out the door.
Yeah.
So the job costing has been key in allowing us to identify the areas where we excel and then be able to turn away and not necessarily focus heavily on some of those areas where we're not efficient or we're not good. It's allowed me to make educated decisions as opposed to guesses of where I should be focusing time. One of the biggest advantages of working with Aitken Henderson for us is the ability to work with Scott Connors from Crankset and him able to focus my thoughts. So I know the direction that I want to take the company. I've had lots of different ideas and thoughts, and so it's putting it all together and allowing me to focus and zero in on specific problems and finding solutions to those problems. So that's been key for us for sure. It's allowed me to help and train some of my other leaders and emerging leaders in the company and really created a hierarchy within the company where everybody just really understands their role and can really focus on what they do best.
Yeah.
And all that contributes to the overall efficiency and production and success of the company. The overall leadership skills I've developed through working with Aitken Henderson has certainly put the company in a much better place.
I think that all of this has definitely helped people define their roles within the company. I think James, as president, has really stepped it up and made sure everybody's kind of where they need to be. Communication seems to be a lot more open and flowing a lot more smoothly, so it's been a really great experience.
I'd say do it. I mean, do it. We've come such a long way just in the 6 months. We've been working with Aitken Henderson for a little over a year, 18 months now, but really getting involved with the whole client experience in about the last 6 months. And we've just really turned the whole culture, leadership, environment around that element.